play and call it work.
Hey everybody, Matthew and Quirk here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to Game 1 of our Victory is Vengeance narrative campaign for Warhammer 30k, or Horus Heresy, as is officially called. We're very excited for this.
Super excited.
And Quirk and I get to start off the campaign with Alpha Legion versus Salamanders. At least that's how it's starting. Who knows what the mix-up of armies afterwards are going to be, as the Legions basically battle it out and get worn down, and traitors will turn hero and hero turn traitor. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We're just going to have to play it out and see what happens. Now, if you haven't done so already, there is an intro video which gives you the story time for the setting, which was written by Josh, and he did a great job on that, and also goes over the basic rules of this, because what we're going to be doing is using the rules from Horus Heresy Book 3 in the Victory is Vengeance section. And it changes 40k or 30k or 40k in several ways that make quite an impact. And so when you're watching this, if you haven't watched that yet, you're going to think we're doing rules wrong, but we actually aren't. Our morale and pinning have changed, Overwatch has changed, things like challenges and lookout sirs have changed, the way the units work together have changed. A lot of basic stuff has changed, but then a lot of it stays the same as well. So if you want to make sure you know when we're getting rules wrong and when we're getting rules right, go back and watch that video. Also, as a reminder, as you've already heard in that first video, all the videos today are available for free. You don't have to be a Vault member. Normally the first one is free and the other ones are in the Vault. But we're doing a special promotion that this first week, all of them will be on YouTube. And this allows you to get a taste for what the campaign is going to look like. And then if you sign up using the special link, if you're not already a Vault member, if you sign up using the special link in the description below, before next week's games come out. So if you're already watching this after week 2 has already started, then unfortunately, this offer has expired. But if you sign up, get a free 7-day trial, then even if you don't keep your Vault membership, you get to keep access to the rest of the narrative campaign even as it comes out. So we want you to try out the Vault, and if you decide to cancel, we'll still give you this entire narrative campaign for free. Otherwise, if you're already a Vault member, well, you're going to get it already. And starting next week, only the first mission will be free, and then the other missions, and there should be plural, probably at least 2 each week, that'll be in the MiniWarGaming Vault. And we're going to treat each week as a round. If you look in the Victory is Vengeance, then it goes by rounds, and you don't tally points until the end of the round, and then you kind of see where everything is at. But in between missions, we're still going to be checking our supply points and action points and upgrades and downgrades, more importantly, to see how the characters progress or regress as we go through this brutal campaign of Victory is Vengeance. So we're going to start off and introduce the Alpha Legion and the Salamanders. You get to meet our heroes and leaders and the starting army that we decided to bring. Start by taking a look at my Salamanders. These are my heroes and leaders. Basically, as we said in the intro video, everybody starts with 1 hero and up to 2 leaders who never die, but can suffer consequences throughout the mission. And so right here is Fire Drake Master Caudata Shield. He is a Fire Drake Master with a Thunder Hammer, Mastercrafted Thunder Hammer, and Storm Shield. So he's a hefty 65 points, but he's also very beefy with his 2 wounds, his 2-up and 3-up invuln, and just his awesome Fire Drake masteriness. And then his right-hand man will be a Pyroclast Warden. Basically, didn't have to give him any upgrades. I wanted to give him a Power Fist, but it just was too expensive. So he's only 35 points, and comes stock with the Artificer Armor, and then he has his Flamer, Strength 5 Flamer, and his 6-inch range, Strength 6 AP1 Melta, which is the same weapon right there. So he's quite handy in a fight. And then we've got his name is Holden Ver. So Pyroclast Warden Holden Ver. And then we've got Apothecary Turiel Duran, and he is just a basic apothecary, so no Artificer armor. But he does have an augury scanner, which prevents anybody from infiltrating within 18 inches. And if you deep strike within 18 inches, then his unit can intercept fire against that unit as well. We won't get very much of that, but I had 5 points left over. Because basically you spend 150 points in your heroes and leaders, and I had spent 145, and I just wanted to use the points. So the augury scanner seemed like a nice include. And then because we're starting all our resources at plentiful, it means that we get to bring 300 points to start. And I know in the book it talks about starting at different levels, but we're doing a custom one, so everybody's starting out plentiful. So everybody starts at 300 points, and then we'll see if we can maintain that or improve it as the campaign goes on. And so what we have here are 10 veterans. Now, the way that you calculate points cost for these guys, I'm just going to do a little bit of reinforcement for the first few videos, is you look at the cost of adding them to the squad. So veterans are 12 points. So essentially, you're never going to see tactical Marines in this campaign because they're 10 points. But for 2 points more, they become veterans. You can give them their different veteran tactics. In this case, these guys will all be snipers. And then they get the close combat weapon as well automatically, and they have an extra attack base. So basically you triple their attacks, and you give them a veteran tactic, all for 2 more points. So it's just a no-brainer that you'd want to do that. Unless you really only had 10 points left over, and then I guess all you could bring was a tactical. So it's going to be 10 tacticals with bolters, nothing special about them. And then we've got 3 pyroclasts. These guys are expensive, 25 points apiece, but they do come with artificer armor and the same weapon as the warden. So I think they are worth it. And then I've got 2 heavy support guys, like heavy support squad members, one with a missile launcher and one with a Volkite charger. And they are 2 separate squads because it says that every member of the heavy support squad has to have the same weapon. Well, this is one squad, and this is another. It doesn't mean that they can't join together, it just means that's part of how we chose them in the army. And then I chose 1 Rhino as a dedicated transport, which actually doesn't have to be chosen with something. You can just choose dedicated transports as part of your force. It basically throws the force organization out the window and has a total new way of building it. And this does have a dozer blade, and I did give it a heavy flamer. It does make the Rhino 50 points, but the dozer blade I think is just an auto include, and the heavy flamer will be strength 6 because of the Legion Astartes Salamanders rules, and so that'll be very important. Being Salamanders, it'll give me some advantages in the morale and pinning areas that I basically get to reroll 1 of the dice if I fail a morale or pinning check. On top of that, I'm immune to fear, which doesn't come up too often in 30k, but it'll be nice when it actually does. But I do get -1 to my run and charge, and when there's any sweeping advances, I cannot add my initiative. So basically, I'm not going to catch anybody if I beat them, and I'm not getting away if they beat me. That's very, very important. So those are all the Legion Astartes Salamanders special rules.
And over here we have my Alpha Legion, my 3 leaders, Alfarius, Alfarius, and Alfarius.
Or so everybody thinks.
But their actual names are from left to right. We have Connery, Craig, and Pierce. See if you can figure out that reference.
I'm sure somebody will in the comments.
I'm sure someone will. So I got my 3 leaders there. The one on the far left is a Seeker. So he's going to be running around giving everybody preferred enemy for the unit he joins, which will be quite nice. But it's only on a unit that I pick at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, they get marked for death.
Yep.
Where each Seeker squad chooses a independent character or enemy unit, and you get preferred enemy against them. So he can join a squad and give it to them.
Which is going to come in handy.
And he has a special ammunition as well.
Yep, the special ammunition, which I'm probably going to forget a dozen times as we play through this first game.
I'll remind you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Moving along, we've got my hero, and he is a veteran sergeant with a plasma pistol, power fist, and artificer armor. Artificer armor, before Matt hits me. And that's pretty much all he's equipped with. He's just going to be running around kind of the punchy aspect of my army. I'm not a very close combat army, so he's going to be the fist, I guess.
And which veteran tactic is he going to have?
He will have the one that gives me stubborn.
Okay, so he'll be... Yeah, that'll be nice, because stubborn will make you not have any modifiers to your morale and pinning tests, which happen a lot in Victory's Vengeance.
So because of the rules, he'll be stuck with stubborn for the rest of the campaign, which I feel like I'm going to be okay with.
Yeah, for sure.
And then lastly, we have Pierce, who is a heavy support sergeant walking around with a missile launcher and artificer armor. So he'll be standing in the back firing at stuff. Then, yeah, I think that's it for my heroes and leaders there.
One thing I forgot to mention with mine is my Strike Force role. Have you chosen the Strike Force role for your hero?
No.
Okay, well, we'll select that and we'll tell you a bit before we start the game, and then we'll talk about mine as well. So what did you bring for your 300-point list?
For my 300-point list, I brought 10 veteran tacticals. 2 of them have the heavy bolters, and 1 of them has a Valencio. A Valencio?
It's a Valencia.
Vexilla.
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 I think you're mixing Nuncio.
I'm mixing stuff up here.
The Vexilla.
He has a Vexilla, so I'm going to be able to reroll my morale checks.
With whatever squad he's part of.
Yes. And the tactic I'm going to be giving them is the sniper special rule, and then the Alpha Legion tactic that they'll be taking for this game is going to be, I'll take Infiltrate.
Why not, right?
Infiltrate Outflank. They're going to be riding around in a Rhino. The Rhino's been equipped with a Dozer Blade because Matthew's taught me that lesson many, many times. To always give it a Dozer Blade.
Always. Always give your vehicles Dozer Blades. I don't care if it's a Basilisk. Give it a Dozer Blade.
It also has an auxiliary drive on the off chance that I do get immobilized.
That might be handy.
Yeah. Lastly, I have my fast attack, my jet bikes. They both have melta bombs equipped to them, and then they're just bringing their stock heavy bolters.
And they come with their 2-up armor just for
do.
being jet bikes.
Yes, they do.
So they're nice and fast, and they're beefy, and heavy bolters are always nice. As you're going to see, even in this size game, heavy bolters are actually quite useful, especially sniping heavy bolters. Boy. As for our strike rolls, and once we choose these, they will remain the same for the rest of the campaign. Quirk has decided that his veteran sergeant, whose name is...
That one is
Craig. Yep, Craig. Is going to have Strategist, which gives him 2 action points every time the hero passes a morale. Is it morale and pinning, or just morale?
It is anytime you use the leadership value to pass a morale or pinning test.
So morale or pinning test, or if anybody else uses his leadership. Basically, every hero and leader can lend their leadership to any other unit within 6 inches if it's better than their leadership. So, which in most cases it's going to be, because our heroes are all mostly leadership 9 and everybody else is mostly leadership 8. And so if the hero or any unit using the hero's leadership passes a morale or pinning, then he gets 2 action points. I'm choosing the Paragon Strike Force roll for my Fire Drake Master. And the Paragon one is interesting. At the end of my movement phase, each movement phase, every one of my units that is behind the Fire Drake in relation to the enemy gives me 1 action point. So essentially, and who can see him as well. So essentially he's leading the charge, and everybody gets excited by that, and they get all motivated. So they'll hopefully be getting a few points every round for that to help me beef up my action points. Now, because Quirk only spent 147 of his hero and leader points, he's going to start with an action point pool of 1 automatically, because he divided by 2 rounding down. That won't add on every game, it's just the action points do carry forward between missions. And then you add 2 per leader, so I'm going to start with 4 action points, and Quirk's Alpha Legion are going to start with 5. For our first mission, we've decided to roll for 2 objectives each. We might be doing that for most of them, but we'll kind of see how it plays out. And there's some special missions too. Won't be happening this week, but because they get triggered when the campaign points reach a certain positive or negative amount. So we'll wait for other weeks to do those ones. So we both actually rolled exactly the same mission parameters. And the names of those were Murder Raid and Hounds and Hunters. Murder Raid is a simple kill points. You get a victory point for every model you destroy, and 2 supply points for each one that you destroy. And just to give you an idea of what we need 30 supply points just to maintain our current level of supplies. And the Hounds and Hunters, you also get 2 supply points for killing any enemy model. So essentially we're getting 4 supply points for each model, so we each need to kill at least 8 models in order to maintain the status quo for what we currently have. However, the Hounds and Hunters, it depends if you're on the Loyalist side or the Traitor side. On the Loyalist side, you get a victory point for every model in the enemy's deployment zone. And if you're on the Traitor side, you get another victory point for every model destroyed. So essentially, Quirk gets 2 victory points for every model he destroys. I get 1 victory point for every model I destroy, and a victory point for every model in Quirk's deployment zone. We then we rolled for a deployment, and we got the Strike, is it called the Strike Mission Deployment? It's really annoying. Basically, one side has a triangle, so if you draw a line from there to the center of the board to there, that triangle is a deployment. And the other one basically starts 6 inches back, so they have an 18-inch just regular Dawn of War deployment. And we don't know where it is yet. We're going to roll off for choosing deployment zones, and they can basically choose any of the 4 sides that they want and force their opponent on the other side, and then deploy everything. And whoever wins that roll-off will be able to go first automatically unless the other player spends an action point to attempt to seize the initiative. So we're going to do all that rolling off camera and get deployed. Quirk won the roll-off, so he got to choose which side he wanted and what kind of deployment he wanted. So he chose to have that side and to have the better of the 2, which means he just deploys up 18 inches, which leaves me with the triangle deployment on this side. And he had to deploy first. He decided to infiltrate most of his guys because he could choose it as his Alpha Legion tactic. But he did start with his heavy support guy, Pierce, and 2 veterans, forming an ad hoc unit on top of those ruins. After which I deployed my augury scanner apothecary with the Fire Drake Master with my 2 veterans. And then I have the 4 pyroclasts, including the Warden, and then full of vets with the remaining 6. I got 2 vets back here just to stop him from infiltrating in my back corner. And then my 2 heavy support guys, one with a missile launcher, one with the Volkite Culverin. I think I said Charger before. One little minor note is I said that Quirk got an extra action point because he had 3 points left over from choosing his heroes and leaders, but it's a supply point, so that was my bad. He has 1 supply point in his pool. And don't forget, leaders permanently die. Heroes are the ones that upgrade and downgrade and never go away. But we can use supply points to replenish the leaders and upgrade war gear and things like that, which should be interesting. So Quirk gets first turn automatically.
I do.
There's no choosing.
Before we do any of that, though, I get to pick a target for Mark for death.
That's true.
Bing!
So the Fire Drake Master, specifically? Yes. Okay, so whatever unit he's part of, your Seeker, and whatever unit the Seeker's part of, will have preferred enemy against, which they're all inside of this Rhino right here. So, obviously we know what they're going to be doing first turn. All right. Well, let's see if I can survive first turn. And I can spend 1 action point to attempt to seize the initiative, but I'm not going to get that aggressive yet. Because it's only an attempt to seize the initiative. It's not even 1 action point to seize the initiative. And so I'm not going to do it. So they will just go straight into Alpha Legion, turn 1.
Starting off movement, I'm going to take a test here because I want to get as close as I possibly can.
Just going to go through that terrain then?
Yeah.
Don't roll double 1, Quirk.
You said it because like jinxed for it.
No, you got a 5.
Oh, good.
You're fine. I like how you actually were worried.
I was worried. It will land right. So, ending right there, and everyone inside is going to hop out, so...
Getting rapid fire range of my Fire Drake Master so you can have preferred enemy and snipe him.
Hopefully. Deployed.
Oh, man. Okay. Good game.
Gonna jump my jet bikes just over here. Start of the shooting phase, I'm gonna fire a missile at your missile launcher.
Hit on 3. You hit, and you wound on a 2. I have 4 up cover, unless I decide to go to ground. Then I could have a 3 up cover. I don't know what I want to do. I need him alive, so... I need him shooting, so... 4 up cover it is. 3! He died. And it begins.
Then the thing I've been wanting to do since deployment started, I'm gonna shoot everything at your hero.
Why are you laughing, Kurt?
Because I'm hoping this will work, and then I'm also nervous because I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work. Firing the heavy bolters first, and hitting on 3s. Reroll the 1s, because I have preferred enemy.
Oh, good. Oh, good. 5, so 3s to wound.
This one's gonna go on your apothecary.
Oh, okay. Because you have precision shot, because you're a sniper.
3s.
2 wounds, and the one on the apothecary is a wound. Only AP4 though, and the apothecary has 3 up power armor. Okay. We do have the veteran closest, followed by the Fire Drake Master. And there's no lookout sirring and Victory's Vengeance. So 3 up save on the veteran. So far, so good. 6 bolters that have sniper, so the veteran's bolters.
Hitting on 3s.
Rerolling 1s thanks to preferred enemy. Hey, no 6s though. No 6s, still lots of hits. On sniper, so winning on 4s, 6s are AP2. Oh!
1s.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, oh, I did pretty well there, but this reroll could, yeah, ouch. Do you want to do the AP2 ones first, or the AP5 ones first?
Do the AP2 ones first.
I have Feel No Pain on that one veteran. He's dead. So the next AP2 goes in the Fire Drake Master. Bin Bone. He passes. You're gonna use just the Kraken.
Yeah.
Anything else would be snap firing or
yeah,
won't be really useful. 3s to hit, and no precision shot with him.
Nope.
Oh,
yeah, he does.
The Seekers do have precision shots, so would you like to allocate that 6 to something?
The apothecary.
Okay, so why don't you roll that first? So you're looking at just 4s to wound. No, and the other one is a 4 to wound. Yes, and that's nothing special because he's not a sniper. 2 up save on my Fire Drake Master. Thank you. And your plasma pistol is just in range. 3s to hit, don't have to worry about gets hot so much.
And 2.
And you know what? That preferred enemy saved you from any ammo checks too.
This is true.
All your 1s got rerolled to 2s or to hits. So that's another wound. So we're looking at 3 up in bone. Saved.
Then 2 heavy bolters from my jet bikes going into your hero squad. 3s.
Ooh. Still no ammo checks. 3s to wound. So we got 5 wounds. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. 3 up save on the veteran. Saved. Not saved, but feel no pain. Dead. And the Fire Drake Master, 2 up. Oh, come on. Feel no pain. Ah, 2 up. Well, despite that really good volley, I think I did pretty well against all of that. End of the shooting phase, we got a pinning check first, and because 2 units cause pinning, it's going to be at -1, because the first one causes pinning, the second one makes it -1. So leadership 8, good. And then because 2 units caused casualties, or wounds, I should say, that were unsaved, then I have a morale check at -1. Leadership 8, so I failed that, but as a salamander, I can reroll 1 die. And then I'll use an action point to reroll that one. I can't reroll that one because I can't reroll rerolls. Do I want to bother? I need to roll a 1 or a 2. Otherwise, I'm falling back. You know what? Oh, if I fall back, then I can't get my Paragon. Shoot. You know what the heck? I'm going to spend an action point. I want to be a little conservative with these, but yeah. So it would allow me to reroll everything, but I can't reroll rerolls, so I'm only going to be able to reroll the 1. I need to roll a 1 or a 2. Yeah, it worked! Oh, totally worth it. And your first turn, you've killed 3 units. My heavy support guy with missile launcher and 2 veterans, which gets you 6 victory points so far. We'll calculate supply points at the end, but essentially in your case, it's just that's 12 supply points. But we're not going to bother keeping track of that. So it's 6-0 right now for the traders as we go into Salamanders turn 1. Fire Drake Master is going to move up 6 inches. Yep, he's taking a big chance by sticking himself out front of a bunch of rapid fire guys, but I just got to do take the chance. And I can actually put the apothecary right here, staying in coherency. This veteran squad is going to move up 6. They're not going to join this because I just realized there's reactionary fire, and most likely my Fire Drake Master is about to die, but we'll see. So the Rhino is not going to roll double 1s. Thank you. Oh, double 6s. That's a good omen. It's going to slide over to here. I've got a bit of a wobbly model syndrome because I don't want to get closer than I actually am. So the Pyro class are going to form 1 squad, and the Warden is in there to help with some rerolls, maybe. And then the 6 veterans are going to form another squad behind them. I'm just trying to prevent too many ammo checks on the Pyro class. I'm going to do 4 flamers from the Pyro class. Now we've added a rule. Any weapon that does not roll to hit, such as a blast or a template or any other weird ones that we might come up with later on, you'd roll dice beforehand for each of them, and any 1s require an ammo check. It won't stop you from firing this turn, but that's a 1. So ammo check 3+. Okay, so they're out of ammo unless I want to re-roll that using my action point because the Warden is in there. What the heck? I don't want to burn through these too fast, but I'm going to do it anyways. So 3+. Okay, we're good. And now we got some strength 5 flamers. I'll count it up off camera. I had 32 hits, but before I go any further, I need to count up my action points that I gained from being a Paragon. So he gets a point for every squad that's behind him in relation to the enemy. Oh, I just realized that there's enemies over there. So I actually don't get very many because these guys are closer to those enemies than him, and these guys are closer to those enemies than him. So we got the apothecary and the squad, and then the heavy support guy. So it's 3 points. 32 hits, wounding on 3s because they're strength 5 flamers. All right, we've got 7 veterans before we get to your seeker. So we're gonna do these 7 at a time. So the first 7, you got 3 up saves and 3 die. So now take the next 4 and they're 3 up saves. So 2 more die. And by the way, you could be using action points to re-roll these if you really want to.
How many? 5 are dead so far?
Yep. You got 2 more before you get to the seeker. And 3 up. Another one dies. You
Reroll.
Want to re-roll that one?
Yeah, so I'm down to 6.
Okay. So you still have 2 more before we get to the seeker. Oh! You want to re-roll any of those?
5, 4.
Totally worth it. 3 up. Oh, another one. Another action point.
3.
Okay. These are 2 more. 3 up.
2.
You're gonna burn all your action points? Oh, the person dies. You got 1 more guy. 3 up save. 3 up save. Oh! So that's 6 guys die. That's your 2 heavy bolters and your Vexilla. Or your Vuncio. What is it called?
Valencio.
Valencio. But we're not done yet. Now we've got 6 veterans. I think they're still on rapid fire range.
Job!
Yeah, 12 shots from those 6 veterans, all hitting on 3s, sniper. So we've got 3 misses and 1 precision shot. I'm going to allocate the precision shot onto your main hero, whose name is Craig. He's your veteran sergeant with the power fist and plasma pistol.
Yes.
Let's wound him on 4s, 6s. He'll just be dead. Oh, neither. I'm not going to reroll. I'm not going to waste my action points.
Oh, but you have so many.
And then 4s to wound the rest. Only 2 wounds, but then sorry, 3 wounds, but 2 of them are APs 2. And I did roll a 1, at least 1 in my to hit, so I have a 3-up ammo check. I don't have any characters in that unit to reroll that, so they are out of ammo. We'll put the AP2s on first, which will kill a regular veteran and your seeker. So that was a leader, right? So he's permanently gone. And then a 3-up save on the other veteran. He's alive! Yay! But wait, there's more. 2 more veterans back here are going to fire their sniping bolters. And 3s to hit. And there's an ammo check. Out of ammo. I'm going to put the precision shot onto your veteran sergeant and hope for a 6 to kill him. Nope, doesn't even hurt anything. And the other one's just a 4 to wound. Nothing. Okay. So that would technically be -1 to your pinning check, but you are still stubborn with your leader. Rapid fire the combi bolter from the Rhino. Nothing special about this, except that it's twin linked. I guess that's special. So 1 hit. 4s to wound. Nothing. Volkite Culverin from my heavy support. It's going to fire at your heavy support. 4 shots hitting on 3s. No ammo check and 3 hits. Strength 6 to flagrate, so 2s to wound. So that's 3 wounds. 3-up saves. Any that you fail does another strength 6 hit. So 2 failed. Do you want to use your last action point to reroll one of those?
No.
Don't think so. 2 die, and that inflicts 2 more strength 6 hits. Oh, Quirk, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
I am now.
Not even a little bit.
And that's 2 more wounds on your heavy support leader.
3 up. Oh no, 2 up. He has Artificer.
You can mark him, sir. He's alive. Oh, good thing he has that. Apothecary, seeing your predicament, is going to hurl a crack grenade full of medication. And 3s to hit. And then we're looking at a 2 to wound. 3-up save on your veteran. Hey, see? It helped him.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh boy!
He feels better already.
Woohoo!
End of the shooting phase, so you've got a pinning check followed by a morale check. We don't have to worry about the modifiers because your veteran sergeant, Craig, is stubborn. Leadership 9 on the pinning test, and then leadership 9 on the morale test. It's good. And because you made it with your hero, you get 2 action points, bringing you back up to 3, not 4. And then heavy support, Pierce, has a pinning and a morale as well. Pinning check first, leadership 9. He's fine, and then a morale check at leadership 9. Makes it. And then I will declare charge with my Fire Drake Master and my Apothecary on your veteran. Well, I don't know if that's a veteran squad or these 2 guys, but they could try to overwatch. You get reactionary fire if you pass initiative test of 4, which you do. Rapid fire your bolter, sniper bolter, and you miss.
Okay.
Do we have to do an ammo check on reactionary fire? Yeah, you do, don't you? Okay, so ammo check. You passed. Plasma pistol from your veteran sergeant, hitting on a 3.
Oh.
And then he wounds on a 2, AP2. 3-up invuln.
Please die!
I have 8 action points, so I'll probably reroll this if I fail. Make it. Sorry. Oh, it is a 6-inch charge, but I am a salamander, so I am naturally slow. And slow of legs, not slow of mind. And so I need to roll 7 or higher. Yay! Oh man, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. There's no challenges, and you only get to fight if you're in base contact. I'm initiative 1 on my master, and so initiative 4 guy will pile in, and then so your 2 guys and my guy can attack. Let's start with your 2. Oh, but he's initiative 1 because he's a power fist, so we'll start at this one. Got 3 attacks and a veteran, 2 base, plus the close combat weapon and bolt pistol, hitting on 4s. Okay. Not assuming you want to use any action points.
No.
Those. Okay. Apothecary will swing next with his chainsword bolt pistol. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Hitting on 4s. 1 wound. It has to be allocated to your veteran sergeant because the close combat rules do work differently in Victory's Vengeance, that you can only fight with guys in base contact, and it can only allocate wounds to them as well. 2-up save. Whew, yeah. I want you to do your power fist first.
Yay!
3 attacks on the veteran sergeant. Sorry, that's 2 attacks. And so you're hitting on 4s. 1 hit, and you're killing that apothecary with no saves allowed of any kind on a 2. And let's face it, even if you rolled a 1, you could use an action point. Apothecary is dead for good! No! Not Chariel Duran! Wow, Mastercrafted Thunderhammers coming from my Fire Drake Master. Now the Fire Drake will attack. Now, he can only actually kill the one guy, but I'm sure he will kill him. So I got 4 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s with they're Mastercrafted technically, and any 2s will kill him. So he's dead 3 times. Kirunch. And that's a tie combat. We both killed 1. And so then I will pile in. Ongoing. So, end of my turn, I killed 11 guys?
Yeah.
That was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Nope.
But let's be fair. Only one of them was actually killed by the Fire Drake Master. So I guess even if you had...
Yeah, that totally makes it fair.
No. I said let's be fair. Not that it makes it fair. No, what I'm trying to say is that my Fire Drake Master could be dead, and the Apothecary as well, and these guys still would have stepped out and wiped out most of the squad. Now, I'm not trying to make you feel better. I'm just trying to make me feel better. It's not working. I'm sorry.
Movement phase, I'm going to have these guys... Actually, how far away is your full kite? Oop, that's a hit him with the signature. Okay, I can move just up to here, and I should be able to shoot at him.
You're heavy bolters, right?
Yes.
Only 36-inch range. So...
Probably a shot from back there, but I also want to be able to move after. So. Gotta move my Rhino.
Difficult terrain.
Stuck. Let's go.
That's good. I think it would have felt even worse if they got stuck.
Oh, I'm glad you would have felt a little bit worse.
I know, right? It's good consolation.
Makes me feel so much better. I don't know where to go because you have stuff everywhere.
I don't know either. Make a decision, man.
Let's just back up and pivot. I'm still going to be on terrain, but I'll have line of sight to shoot at you. Shooting phase. I'm going to have the 2 heavy bolters on my jet bikes try and kill that Volkite. 3s to hit.
Ooh, we got ammo checks. 3 up ammo. You're good.
Passed.
And 3s to wound. Ooh. I'm not going to ground. I've got 3 up save.
Die.
Oh, I should die.
Yes!
Dead. Pdoo!
Crack missile going into the Rhino. If I get lucky. No, I can't even blow it up.
No.
No. And 3.
Then you're looking at 3s to glance. It's a pen. You got a 5 up cover from the trees. And you don't hit the tree. Result of the penetrating hit is a crew stunned. And it's down to 2 hull points.
The combi bolter on top of the Rhino going into your...
Pyro class or the veterans?
Let's go to the Pyro class.
They're harder to kill, but each one of them is much more important. So, twin linked. So 2 hits, 4s to wound. 2 wounds. 2 up saves. Fine. It does require a pinning check though, because you did cause wounds. Leadership 9, which I pass. Close combat, we're both initiative 1. Let your veteran sergeant swing first, hitting on 4s. That's cocked, roll it again. 2 hits. 2s to wound. 2 wounds. Pinballs. I am going to use an action point to re-roll that. Brings me down to 7 action points. I really need him to stay alive. I want to upgrade him, not downgrade him. 3 up. Oh, you killed him, but he does get to hit back.
Whip! Please whip.
3 attacks, hitting on 3s, Mastercrafted. Re-roll that 1. 1s. Yeah, you're dead.
Okay.
That sucks though, because I don't get any more action points for my Paragon trait. End of your turn, our 2 heroes self-destructed. That should be fun. So even though I'm probably going to be doing well in this mission, the fact that my hero died means he'll be downgraded rather than upgraded, because I won't be able to use the action points to upgrade him. And I won't even be getting any more action points because he's no longer on the table. The Pyro class are going to move up and get 3 inches away from your Rhino, because their meltas are 6-inch range, so they need to be 3 inches away. Yeah, we're good to be able to get the 2d6 armor pen. These 6 veterans are going to embark on the vehicle, and these 2 veterans are going to embark on the vehicle, and they'll all form one big ad hoc unit inside of there. Shooting phase, the guys inside are snap firing, and the Rhino is stunned, but I'm still going to fire the Rhino's bolter. I think I'm going to target your missile launcher.
Not Pierce.
Yeah. It's 1 shot hit on a 6, twin linked. Nothing. 4 Pyroclasts, including the Warden, are going to fire their Strength 6 AP1 Meltas at the Rhino. 3s to hit. Ah, ammo check. Don't like these ammo checks. Ah, and I fail them every time. I should have used the action die to reroll that 1, not the ammo check. But You know what? I'm just going to keep that. Strength 6, 2d6 against armor 11. So we're looking at a pen and a pen. So it's AP 1, any 5s will blow it up. No, we got immobilized and shaken. It's down to 1 hull point. I knew I needed to reroll. I'm not going to fire any of the veterans inside because I don't want to risk them when they're snap firing. It's crappy shots anyways, of rolling more ones and being out of ammo next turn. So I'd rather them basically, they're sitting in there reloading their bolters. And then the pyroclast will charge, 10 inches because they're salamanders.
Can you blow it up?
I can't blow it up. I can wreck it though. With one regular guy, use a crack grenade, so hitting on a 3. Actually, you're immobilized, so automatically hits. And that will be a penetrating hit, which...
Can't do anything about.
Yeah.
And it's just wrecked.
It's just wrecked, and we're not going to have to worry about it blowing up because nothing's AP2 or AP1. The rhino is now on fire. Well, not that much damage that turn. Killed a rhino. Everybody else just fled back inside the rhino to find the extra ammo to reload their bolters as we go into Alpha Legion turn 3.
Movement phase, gonna have both of these jet bikes actually back up to pretty much where they were before, and see if we can pop that rhino.
I won't get cover from the jet bikes. Heavy bolters.
Hitting on 3s.
Ooh, ammo check. Let's do that. 3+. Out of ammo.
Oh.
And then glancing on 6s. No.
Nope. Then I got the missile launcher fire, crack missile launcher rhino.
3s to hit. You want to use an action
Reroll.
point?
Yeah. Down to 2.
Down to 2 action points. Oh! Ammo check! Ammo check! Oh, you still have ammo. Let's start with my pyroclast on my turn 3. They're just gonna start to foot slog it back. It's not like the board is very big though, so it shouldn't take too long. Rhino's gonna try to move, as long as I don't roll double 1s, which I didn't. He's gonna move up 6. Pivot on the spot. Man, wobbly model. So I'm just gonna stick it back there. Split them off into a squad of 5 and a squad of 3. Shooting phase, these pyroclasts are going to run. It's -1 run though, so it's only a 2-inch run. It's always minimum 1 though, so even if I roll a 1, they can still run. These 5 are going to rapid fire into your bikes. Do you want to jink?
Yep.
Because you're already snap fire next turn anyways, right? Hitting on 3s. No ammo checks, and we got a precision shot, which I don't care about. Your bikes are identical, right?
Yes.
So we're looking at, because they're snipers, they're 4s to wound, 6s are AP2. Not many wounds, but 2 6s.
2 4-up cover saves from the Jink.
Oh, nice. And a 2-up armor save from the other one. You're good. And then these 3 are going to rapid fire into your heavy support missile launcher. Okay, 3s to hit. And we got an ammo check right away of 3+. Not out of ammo. 4s to wound, 6s are AP2. There we are. You want to go to Grand?
No.
4-up cover! Oh, he dies! Unless you want to use an action point to reroll.
Yeah, I'm down to 1.
Down to 1 action point. Saved.
And 2-up.
Oh! Last action point to
Might as well.
Might as
2-up.
well. All right, there.
Go.
Action points are gone.
Pinning check for my bikes.
What are they? Leadership 8?
Yeah, that's 6 and...
They are leadership 8?
I've got to double check.
Okay, well, you know what? That's your morale check, because bikes can't be pinned.
Yes.
So they are morale.
They're running...
falling back 3d6. 3d6.
Yep, 8.
Oh, that's off the
That's
table.
so... No!
Nope!
Pinning check for Pierce.
He's leadership 9. Oh, okay.
He's pinned.
So no morale check then. Back to your turn.
I'm a snap shoot, a crack missile.
At what?
Yeah, I don't even know.
It doesn't really matter.
No, I can kill like...
Well, if you now you can't finish off the rhino. What you really want is to kill a guy to get your extra victory points and supply points.
Yeah.
So either of the vet squads. So you might as well go for the bigger one, because if they run, then I won't be able to get the points for them being on your side.
It's true.
So big vet squad.
Big vet squad.
6s to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Uh-oh. Just gonna move up my guys. Gonna get everybody into your deployment zone. Really thought this mission was gonna be hard. I really did. See, the rhino gets immobilized. No, so it's just gonna go at cruising speed, so you don't have to worry about precise measuring just to get into your deployment zone. And I'll open fire. These 5 veterans will rapid fire into your missile launcher guy. Only 4 can see though. So 3s to hit. And ammo check. Made it. 4s to wound. So we got 3 wounds.
Just don't roll a 1.
Oh, man, this guy is stubborn. These 3 into him. 3s to hit. Ammo check. Not out of ammo. 4s to wound. We got 2 6s and a 5.
Which one do you want to do first?
The AP2 ones. You want to go to ground?
Yes. 3 up.
Hey!
Oh, I didn't even have to go to ground!
2 up.
Oh, you're kidding me!
Oh, and that is end of game. We have some post-game stuff to do. Obviously, I won both by victory points and by tabling my opponent. But supply points-wise, we both get 4 supply points for every model that we kill. He killed 6 models, he gets 24 supply points, and I killed 15 models, all of them. And so I get 60 supply points. Huge advantage for the Salamanders right there. And with those, you have to pay to either maintain or upgrade your 3 areas, your armor, your personnel, and your supplies. And the supplies does the ammo checks. They can get worse or better. The personnel is how many points you can bring, and the armor has other effects, like if it's good, you can reroll charges and runs in difficult terrains. If it gets bad, it starts to slow you down. If it gets really bad, then all of a sudden you can't do simple things like running, as your armor is just falling into disrepair. So Quirk, you've got 24 supply points, but to maintain the plentiful levels that we had...
I have 25, because I have 1...
Oh, you had 1 left over. You had 25, that's right. And so to maintain the levels that we had, you need 10 for each. And so you can just simply not pay for one, and it downgrades a level. You don't have to pay for the lower level. It just goes down 1 level. Which one would you like to drop down a level?
The points I can bring in a game.
So you're dropping the personnel?
Yes.
So you'll only have 275 points next game, but you'll still have your ammo and your armor at the same. And that still leaves you with 5 supply points for upgrades or just to hold on to for future missions. I am going to... I have enough to upgrade all 3 of mine to abundant, which I kind of want to do. But what that problem with that is I need a lot of supply points just to maintain them. But then, if I don't have those supply points, they would just drop down to plentiful for free. So I'm going to spend 45 of my 60 and upgrade all 3 of my areas to abundant. That means my ammo checks are 2+. I can bring 350 points, and I can reroll any of the dice for running, move, initiative tests, and charges, which will be nice for my Fire Master, Warden especially, and the fact that I'm a really slow runner, so I get to reroll those dice as well. But both of our heroes died. We lose any leaders that died, so Quirk unfortunately has no more leaders, and I've lost my apothecary. So Sheil and Craig both have to downgrade. They have to roll on the consequence table. We got the consequence table right here. Why don't you go first, Quirk?
Okay, show me a 6.
Is that what you want? Is a 6?
Yeah.
You are maimed. A hero with this consequence who is fighting in close combat during the assault phase must re-roll any one of his successful rolls to hit. If you get this a second time, you re-roll all successful to hits. It's a power fist, guy. That kind of sucks.
I was hoping to get 6.
Which
That's
is blinded. Re-roll all successful shooting to hit rolls. Made it at range greater than 12 inches, but your weapon is 12 inches. I see what you're trying to do there. Sorry. You are maimed, not blinded. Hi, guy. I am also maimed! So same thing. So I have to reroll 1 successful, but I can also reroll an unsuccessful with my Mastercraft, so that's interesting. So next, because we had a consequence, we can choose a redemption and atonement. Now, we can make it a rule that we roll on it, or that we choose one. It's up to us. We after looking at them, we're going to make it a campaign rule that you can choose one, but it needs to match narratively. We're both actually going to choose the same one, Return to Glory. The hero's redemption is considered successful if he ends the next game in the enemy's deployment zone and spends no more than 1 turn in his own deployment zone or in reserves. Now, for both of us, that makes sense. Quirk's guy infiltrating forward, and my guy just wanting to make up for that embarrassing loss against a stupid little power fist from a veteran Sarge. Like, come on, I'm a frickin' Fire Drake Master. I once was the bodyguard of Vulcan himself, and I went down to a veteran sergeant. Like, that's just embarrassing. So I gotta lead the charge from the front and get into the enemy deployment zone. But that means you can't die, because you have to end the next game there. So if the hero dies, he doesn't get redeemed. You only get 1 chance to redeem, and if you make this, then this last consequence, just the last one, not any others that you happen to have too, is removed. Otherwise, it becomes permanent, unless you spend 10 action points after a game that you have not died in to have it removed. So that is our only chance to remove our maimed. So our arms will mend themselves if we charge forward because the warp.
Because the warp.
Which makes perfect sense, right? Okay. As for campaign points and regular missions like this, it's a simply 1-0 kind of thing. The winner gets 1, losers get none, which means the score for the loyalist goes up by 1 to 1. It's not 1-0, it goes up to 1. It's actually, it would go down if the traitors gained a point. So it's a +1 for now, which means we're heading towards victory. And that's it for this game. Go ahead and click on the link below to go and watch game number 2, which will feature the Alpha Legion versus the Imperial Fists. Josh versus Quirk. And Josh will have fresh troops. Quirk will be slightly maimed.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Mildly.
And they can recreate new strike forces. Their heroes and leaders have to stay the same. And of course, with Josh, it'll be the first time that you're seeing him. So click the link below. Thanks for watching. Happy wargaming.